him that just went around the corner?
Christian,
Yes, sir.
good morning.
Morning.
You're up, you have the floor.
Thank you for having me. I'm Christian Huber. I'm candidate for State Senate, District 23, Cook County, the county's representative district. And with your indulgence, I'll just take about 60 seconds to tell you about why I'm running. So during my youth, I made 2 mission trips to Thailand. I can speak for hours about what I saw. The day I spent working in the leprosy colony, seeing people living in squalor, some so disfigured from disease. Some of our teammates were sickened from what they saw. But that is, I spent working in an orphanage with children living in abject poverty, desperate to be held and hugged. On one occasion, I brought a backpack full of small toys. It cost about $1 each. And for some of the children who got one, it was the only gift they'd ever received. I returned home from my 2 trips a changed person. I was thankful to my Christian faith that led me there. I was indignant that a country with wealth and abundant resources would allow its own people to live that way. I was more sensitive to the plight of people left behind. I was more appreciative of America that would help me graduate college, raise a family with my wife and 4 daughters, and build a family business. We live in a country and a state divided between urban and rural, minority and white, the educated and the non, the haves and the have-nots. Part of what divides us is that parts of America and our state have been left behind. Rural Indiana without cell service, broadband, entire counties without a hospital, small towns deserted, entire communities where once thriving factories stood that are no more. If we are again going to be a country united with a common vision, a common purpose, a common appreciation of the privilege to be an American, we need to bridge that divide. That's why I'm running for a state senate. All children deserve access to schools that work, where all who graduate are able to get a good job or go to college if that's their dream, and all who live in rural Indiana deserve access to good doctors, quality healthcare, modern technology, drug-free communities that thrive. So I'm Christian Beaver. I'm running for state senate for Indiana. I look forward to speaking with all of you and answering any questions you may have. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Christian.
Anybody else for public comment?
Yes, I'm
No rebuttal.
the storage committee, and of course, Cade's Mill Covered Bridge is our project. We just wondered where we stand on getting an engineering study done.
I'm still waiting on the firm that is going to study to get us a quote. They have not responded. I followed up with them. They have not responded, so I will follow up again and hopefully we get a response.
Who is that?
A SCI,
USI
USI.
SIS.
USI.
consultants. Because I know there's a Bonnie that specializes, I think, in the covered bridges and stuff. And so I think she is working on something.
And I followed up with him a
Ben,
week and a half ago and nothing. So I'll
okay, I know he was on vacation, but
okay.
I think he's back.
I'll have something for you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we're speaking of public comments, and not as my position as Patton County Clerk, but since Christian is here this morning, a lot of you may know, a lot of you may not know, but I too am a candidate for State Senate District 23. And the reason I am running is because I'm concerned for our constitutional rights. How many of you have read our Indiana Constitution recently? Yeah, I know you have, because I gave you a copy. With everything that we have experienced and gone on through the pandemic, that's when I was first extremely concerned for our constitutional rights. And many of you that work with me who already know my concerns have already voiced those. I have been teaching the Constitution since 2012 to our homeschool group. I believe it's the parents' responsibility to educate our children, whether that means to send them to a private school, public education, or homeschool them. It's still the parents' responsibility to educate our children. And our government does play a role in that. And I thank you for public education because I had a great public school experience. However, I did homeschool all 5 of my children. My youngest is now 17, and she might graduate this year a year early. It's up to her, leaving it up to her. So at any rate, just short and quick and to the point, public comment. I am running for state senate. My name is Paula Covenant, and I would appreciate the continued support of my county as I embark on this endeavor to represent you in the heartland of the district.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the November 15th minutes.
And then,
Oh,
okay. Go ahead.
yeah, I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
For you. Claims 1 through 138 in the amount of $516,092.97, and the unpublished claims and the payroll claims.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. November reported collections as submitted for the sheriff's department. Is that the only one?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, because down here it says clerk report. Okay,
I'll make that motion.
okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. I guess we have the pause and clause contract for 2022, and I think we did put into the budget request to increase it. And so that'll be $32,000 for the annual contract.
We do have enough money to cover that now.
For next year. Yeah, because I thought we had put in, okay.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Keller PC agreement. I think there was a increase, which we were aware of that when at budget time, so an amount of $54,180 for the year 2022. Isn't that correct? Did we budget enough or no for next year, the 54,180?
We're gonna be sure a little bit.
Just a little bit, okay, so we can probably do transfer additional to, because I know that it seems with the pandemic and everything, departments have bought more computers, take-home computers, so those all have to be updated, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the Keller PC 2022 agreement.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Annual Christmas party, I see
It's 12 to 2.
12 to 2, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. If I see the two times, I'm like, which one we going with? Okay. Can I get a motion from one of you guys to approve the closing of the courthouse during that time?
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Clerk, I guess you're next for redistrict. I'm sure you have a lot for us, Paula.
So, where do we begin? Well, first, I just want to say our acceptance testing went well, and we have all of our new voting equipment. And I have them set up in my office if anybody would like to. Actually, I asked you all to come up to my office at some point in time to vote for either Abraham Lincoln or Darth Vader. That's your option. Just so you can get a feel of the new process of how it's going to be, because we are going to ballot marking devices is what they are, where you vote on a touch screen. It prints on a paper ballot. You review your paper ballot, then you take it to the scanner and you insert it, and when you scan it, it actually casts your vote. So I would like for you all to come at some point in time to see the process and familiarize yourself with it. And also to tell your household members, friends, neighbors, that they are more than welcome to stop at my office anytime to vote, to exercise their new machine so that they are familiar with it. Vote early and vote often before election day. So, okay, so that's that. And if you have any questions about it too, let me know. Okay, so as you all know, I explained to you the last time that the congressional district did change. There is a split, which caused a split in our Troy 1 precinct. And so Troy 1 is now going to be, the northern part of it will be split to Troy 4. So we will have Troy 4's precinct. And then Kane was also split in 2 blocks on the southeast corner of Kane. And so now Kane is going to be known as Kane 1. And Kane 2 will be the new block. And I have an order prepared for you with that information, and I have roughly drawn the map. So this is the new district. No, this is congressional district 4. Everything else would be congressional district 8. And so, and I don't think I submitted the maps to you, Colleen, for that in regards to the congressional districts. And same thing with Hillsborough. As you can see the Kane Township, this would be Kane 1, this would be Kane 2.
Okay, with those splits, I know we had talked about what kind of effect that's gonna have on
Commissioner and council.
commissioner and council.
Well, this is just the congressional district
Okay,
split,
so-
so it won't affect that,
Okay.
which leads me to my next point.
Okay.
on my notes. It is the county commissioner and for the county commissioner and county council district, the redistricting of the county board of commissioner district and county council district must be completed with the ordinance or resolution describing the new districts and a map of the new district filed with the county clerk not later than Friday, December 31st, 2021. With some exception, county commissioners are required by state law to redraw or certify commissioner and county council districts in 2021. And then I got the statute to guide the commissioners and the county attorney in regards to those districts. And I have also gone ahead and I have prepared an ordinance for you guys for the council district and the commissioner district. However, we still need to get together and work on the council district because the deviation is supposed to be under 10% and we are at 11.1% deviation for the council districts, which means it does need to be adjusted in order to be in compliance with state law. So today, tomorrow would be great. Next week, I have election conference, and here is my dilemma for everything for the district, for the redistricting. It has to be published in the paper before December 25th. And with the paper, the way it falls, with election conference being next week, the deadline to publish it for the paper is published on December 23rd. And it has to be to the paper by December 15th. However, I'm going to be out of the office the 13th, 14th, and the 15th. And so this Friday would be when I need to get it submitted to the paper with the changes and the map.
So do you guide us on where you think the change should be?
I can, I have the information and I have the block.
So do you
It's a
want
very complex situation where we have the blocks and the district and numbers, and it takes time just to sit down and go through the numbers to find out really how many people are in each district and then divide those out.
May I have time today or tomorrow? Or if you want to get it done today, I'm fine with it.
The
Do we have
sooner
a
the
10
better.
o'clock? Do we have 10
We've
o'clock?
got a 10 o'clock appointment if this is over at 10, but.
But yeah, we'll come
after
to
that.
yeah.
Can we come, you'll be upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come see you.
Available. Let me see everything on my list. That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a text that Garth is not going to be here.
Okay.
He's got a lot of things going on at his part with sickness and people filling in, not there, whatever. So we'll pass over there. Is the sheriff here?
Yep.
Yeah, he's here.
He's back there hiding. We're not all that bad.
Well, wasn't me. Am I up?
Are you?
It's
Yes.
you.
Okay, cool.
We called for you. You were hiding.
So I have 68 in jail, 3 parole holds, 9 for Sullivan County, 13 for Vermillion County, and 12 of them, level 6 inmates in the jail. So that's it. That's
I'm sure you have more.
all I do.
Okay,
So
thought you did.
the calling, you guys reference the body cameras. So
The what?
body cameras. I,
You didn't.
I had it, but I don't know who I got it from.
I don't know.
I don't know that I have it with me, but I do recall looking at it. Well,
I
actually,
think I did see it.
you had it, I think when I was in college, you, the other day, you had the body cam, so that's what I seen it. Okay, so, okay, I know I've seen it.
So, do you guys have any questions over, what we're trying to accomplish? As far as-
I can't speak on it. What, we haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, I
I'll
think
tell you
he's
what.
wanting to send, he's wanting to send it through ARPA, so
Okay.
we have that in the Hillsborough, and then the county will
Can I
have
see-
something
can I see the
itself.
thing real fast? Do you have it?
I don't have it here, it's in Colleen's office.
I'm thinking,
I guess he has it, so.
Yes.
So we do need to set up, the committee needs to meet, so that we can review this and then, present it to the commissioners and council. But I think,
We had a
We-
demo on it last council meeting,
okay,
and that's the one I invited you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were out of town. They weren't gonna make a decision on it until it came to you guys.
right. And then we were trying to go through the ARPA committee, to do all that. I just need to get with Colleen and Dudley and I'm out of town on that.
So,
And I'm probably available Tuesday or Thursday, 'cause I'm leaving. Mhm.
So, Wednesday,
I'm gone Wednesday. I can do it Tuesday after lunch or anytime Thursday. I can do Friday, I'm leaving Friday morning.
this is true.
Did you have anything you want? How many of these body cams? were on
Well,
there?
Well,
12?
yeah.
Okay,
one thing you'll have to watch on that committee is 5 years will push you back past the 2026, so last year wouldn't be covered.
that's true.
So you'll have to be careful.
You can either pay it yearly or one lump sum.
We may want to opt for the lump sum.
I
then.
would prefer the lump sum, just get rid of it, because otherwise you're gonna lose track and it's
Did you wanna look at this?
176,000. That's,
On 5
that,
years.
that 5 years, you'll lose that last year.
What it is, we're paying for software agreement is what it is, not hardware.
Um,
Hardware's, if something goes wrong.
you
they
also
just
have
replace it.
that. That's about the amount left.
Software
in
is
the
like storage,
Other fund.
cloud storage, instead of storing it on our server like we're doing now, because our server. is
And
full.
they,
Right.
The body cam footage
Total
takes
line
up
item.
3/4 of the server.
that's
every
about the
year.
amount that's left. now.
So.
Yes,
that's what we're
well, and that's
looking
zero
at,
now for next year, because we didn't budget. I talked to
Real
Doug
time.
about that.
Right.
About doing additional
So as soon as
appropriation.
that camera shut
We should
off,
be able to use
it's
it.
already there,
Yeah.
ready to download.
Yep. That's
do
it.
whatever.
If we talk to Jake tomorrow, we can verify that.
It's in-car video and body cam. It's a system.
Is this what you give Colleen? So if you could.
Yes,
Yeah, if you-
I emailed.
if you could email it to us, then we can kind of
Which-
discuss this, because if
I'm lost.
can't be used,
Right.
then
And that's what we're looking at, because right now, if the deputy goes out and he has access to a body cam, he does not turn it on. Or he turns it off in the middle. It's possibly misreading them, is that, jump, I'm trying to avoid all this, altogether, so. That's one of them, but the other ones are, I've mentioned the names who we've had problems with before in the county. And I start charging $150 each whack, especially if I turn back in. So,
Right.
and they, at that point, they can have it,
To,
which I put it out there for 24 hours, here's your access. After that, you'll get,
Brenda,
Dispatch is.
do we need
connected
to make
this,
a motion contingent on
As well as crop.
the ARPA committee
Have
and
access
council
to
appropriate
download
funds
the business.
to let them keep going?
Dispatch
or to help the
will be
council
connected
keep
on the
rolling.
GPS and it shows live GPS. The body cam has its own GPS, so the officer's away from the car, it'll show where that officer is standing instead of the vehicle. It has a lot of
Basically, it takes
technology.
the worry out from the deputy perspective, turning on the camera. So if he turns his lights on, the camera comes on. With a certain speed, the camera comes on. Pulls the weapon, then it comes on. He,
Their cameras and so
or, yeah,
They have a trigger
that they lean
mechanism
over,
on it.
or if they're on the ground, it automatically sends a notification to everybody around, including dispatch to get to this officer.
Wow.
So it's high tech, it's.
What-
needed.
We have
Every
something over
county.
here.
What's the timeline? What's the turnaround? What's contract date? What's everybody's timeline for it?
They're basically just waiting to know what we're doing, and as soon as we say yes.
So we were
They'll
just,
come in
we'll
and
come
install.
install
okay,
it. And then everything that, like the modems that we've got in there now, they will actually reimburse us back for those modems.
to keep the ball rolling on our behalf, I'm fine making a motion today to accept that bid. Contingent on two things, contingent on the council to let them keep rolling and
Right.
contingent on this ARP committee to keep rolling, because it has to run through that. All this gibberish behind the scenes of the lump sum versus a 5-year contract is, we have to have money spent by 2026, 5 years pushes us past that. So if the money's there and can be funded, we have a meeting with Jake German tomorrow. If all that can be approved and squared away, I would just soon do the lump sum to get rid of it, opposed to spread over
Right.
5 years.
And we can
Taking the
ask
chance.
too, if ARPA funds, if it's not
Yeah.
acceptable, I know we have some
Acceptable,
CARES Act
they've already done it.
fund that was
Yeah.
went to county general, but Colleen, you'll probably have to help me on what kind of balance is on that COVID-19 line item.
Yeah, so that's,
I would definitely, I want to stay away from that kind of, thing.
Well,
I mean, as much as possible.
okay, but
So,
that is what the CARES Act money, it
Right.
rolled in county
Yeah.
general.
Right.
And so we do have a line item. Unfortunately, next year, that was not approved. And I talked to Dudley the other day about that. We could do an additional appropriation, but we're gonna have to ask Colleen what kind of balance is left on it this year.
I would say it's
Okay.
close to that number. I know it's.
So, that could be our backup,
Okay.
Yeah,
for the need.
Everything that we've been asking for is always, it's been a need, it's not a want item.
yeah, of course.
So.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is there's a chance that all of us sitting here won't be here in 5 years and something gets lost and then it doesn't get covered. If it can be covered under this ARP funds, I'm fine with that. I just soon get rid of it and be done with it and have it paid.
It would make accounting for it easier too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right.
I'll second that.
So I'll make a motion contingent on council and the ARPA committee to approve that quote for the 12 body cams for an amount of $176,358.
358.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
All right,
Yeah.
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Health Department? Eric, you guys, you're good? Okay, I think I had shared with you. Lisa Messick reached out to me again, wanted to know any updates because she said they keep bringing in couches, mattresses, and a bunch of garbage, burning it at night. So,
I think we received that same thing Friday.
okay. And she just feels like, it's just running in a circle, dogs chasing its tail.
We'll add
Can't get
it
anything
to
done.
to the list.
Okay.
We've got several things we're working on. So
Okay, all right.
other than that, we don't have anything new. Has he been moving cars on 234? Even, I have not been down there, but he did call me. He did send me some pictures of it, so I do have a. Might want to reach out. Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's been one of the few that's been very cooperative. 234 East, we still no vote from their attorney. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rusty?
3 minutes.
I do know.
Okay.
On 234 West, when I started back and forth from Harvest, they have been moving some stuff around. Some buses and things that were sitting out by the roads, they moved those around, and I noticed some vehicles inside have been shoveled.
We're supposed to be moving.
Out.
Moving them around.
They're moving around, they're moving them. Say, how is it? I love it.
Okay, start off with the first agenda. COVID.
Yuck.
We talked about this some time ago, established what you folks want to establish with the policy on COVID. That is currently involved with us right now. You say 72 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours with no fever. And a positive check, you can't do that because you'll check positive for 6 months after you've had it, so.
And is that the
What's
health
our
department,
plan?
is that the health department's guidelines? Is that what you were saying?
What's our progress? I've got 2 out, 2 going test this morning, so.
One more thing, they take, if they've got it, they take time off, they take personal time.
Yeah, anytime, right now, there's no additional.
Right.
There's no special. It's just, it's like,
Right.
any old, I don't know, I don't
Any
think we
illness.
have any special guidelines for how long. They just have to follow their own doctor's advice. And their leave is, it's just subject to whatever is in their leave bank.
Right. But I understand that, but what if someone doesn't have any time available?
No pay, I guess.
Well, and I understand that too, then you're disqualified from your insurance after you don't get 35 hours, we don't have a
No,
policy covering this.
I don't
is what
think
I'm
so.
saying.
If you're
Can they
sick,
file for FLMA,
well, if it's an extended time,
extended past?
yes. I mean, if you're a day or two
Right.
here or a week, let's say a week,
Right,
that's not gonna disqualify you from having health insurance.
these are questions asked me.
Right. That's
I
fine.
don't have a problem either way, you
Yeah.
just tell me what you want done, and that's what you do it, but.
If I'm feeling fantastic, but they say I'm tested positive for COVID and they're running a grader, keep them in a grader,
Well, and I understand that.
away from people, and good enough.
But you still gotta have a place where you go to the restroom, they're still gonna have public access. Don't say behind the tree, because we've already had that. I know where you're going, so let's don't even do it. I understand.
Same thing they do every day now.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I think what we're getting at is, okay, I know COVID is real,
Yes,
but so are other illnesses.
Right.
And I think, and this is just my feel, like you said, if you're feeling sick, stay home.
and I don't have a problem with that, I just gotta give them an answer.
Right.
But
Well, reassure them, they're not gonna lose their insurance.
Because I don't have fever, but I don't have any taste and don't have any smell. I don't feel good. Can he come back?
As long as he's abiding by his own guidelines, then he needs to do whatever he deems necessary and safe for everybody around him. I don't know there's any cut and dry, that's a very political answer, but there's no cut and dry answer to say, yes, he can, no, he can't. I'm not the person telling, yes, he can, no, he
I'm
can't.
not even.
And
No one else can, 30 other people around them probably got it, showing no symptoms, have been vaccinated, and they show no symptoms, and they're spreading it all over the place, so it just is what it is.
They just
If
need to
they're
do-
sick, stay home.
that they just need to do what they deem
Not a
necessary.
problem.
But assure them that they're not gonna lose benefits, even if they're
Right.
sick and they have to stay home or they need to stay home, they're not gonna lose benefits.
Right.
They may not get paid, but they won't lose benefits.
So, but they also can't take a month off, just.
No.
No.
Right.
Right.
I mean, somebody's gonna take advantage.
Well, I mean, if they're,
Yeah.
if they're taking time off and not getting paid, then, I mean, it's turned into a vacation, I guess, right?
Well, but that's where you're gonna run into your 35 hours that you have to have for your insurance.
Well, there's gotta be a guidelines in the salary someplace that says,
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you're
mean-
sick, and that's where the FMLA comes into play
yeah.
to protect, the employees. But if we're just talking a week or two, that's not
Right, I
gonna
understand. I just wanna
disqualify
make
them.
sure we're all on the same
Yeah.
guidelines as compared to what the handbook says.
Well, and I'll follow up, or you can consult with the lawyer that you have for the employee handbook. There's ever evolving federal rules
Yeah.
on different things. There may be Department of Labor, applicable Department of Labor regulations that cover people that don't have time in their regular bank, if it is probably if it's diagnosed COVID.
Right.
So if you want to consult with the handbook council, that's probably smart.
We can't.
Kent Irwin. Yeah, we did talk to Addie a little bit, but really didn't get a definite answer on that, so.
I appreciate that, so that we have something like that,
Sure.
right, and it says this is it. This is what's involved.
Yeah.
The second thing I got, I've given you guys a copy, you know, availability of equipment, what have you, I stressed that. I'm giving you a copy of the sweeper, street sweeper, which we sold our 35-year-old machine last time, got $2,500. They offered us $1,500 on this trade-in. So I've got a straight out price in front of you. One thing this machine has that ours didn't is a blade on the front. What we ran into when we fogged 300, a farmer this time of year came out in the field, there was mud showing all over. We don't have a scraper blade to scrape the mud and then sweep it off. So we took a chance and basically just went through and ran our fogger so we could get it done this time. It wasn't his fault, it wasn't our fault, that's just the way the weather was this year. But based on the sale of the equipment we had at one time more than enough to pay for that sweep. That is sitting in Indianapolis. I can have it today if I want, or get approval or what have you. I went through my budget and I don't have my new budget, but I'm waiting to see what's next year. That contract says that's good until July 1st. If I put it in the file. My question to you is, should I go ahead and put it in the file?
I have a question. In your budget this year, can this type of equipment, you can lease it out of MVH restricted,
I
correct?
haven't looked. I haven't seen my next year.
No, I mean, I'm
This
talking about
year.
this year.
We're trying to get everything arranged to take care of what we have.
Okay, so I didn't know.
We
if you-
haven't gotten to that point.
Okay.
I'm looking ahead on this.
Okay,
This is something that came up within 2 weeks.
okay,
And the way this came up, as y'all know, we are grinding Mountain Road, recycling a road complete from Lutheran to Schoolhouse. That road, the machine broke down. We just got it back, and when they brought it back, they said this sweeper was a fail. So he wanted me to sign a contract. I won't sign a contract on that because I have no clue where I am financially to do
Okay.
that. But Mountain has been done and the grinder is going to be picked up. We haven't finished the road yet. It's still being compacted that. Half inch of rain didn't help us. So we're tentatively on hold for a couple of days on opening that road back up. But I'm gonna tell you, the sheriff will attest to the fact that that made a big difference in that road. Big difference. in
Oh,
that
yeah,
road.
one way to
anything's
go.
gonna make a big difference.
So I
I've
think
seen
the
pictures.
question is can this piece of equipment can be leased? Was
They
that-
can, yeah. I'm just saying it's available, it's there. And I stick my neck out and put a $500 deposit and get it.
I think,
I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Until I get. It's something we need.
With the money that you received from the auction and selling equipment, is it, you say it's over 68,000 within County General
Oh, yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
It's in MVH.
No, I don't have it right now. We've switched some money around, but
It got received back into the fund that it came out of, but DLGF would not let them fit the full amount back onto the appropriation line item. It's in the fund.
Right.
We got the money in there. They only give a portion or a percentage of them. So his problem is we don't have time to do additional appropriation for MVH,
Right.
but I was just wondering if there was something in MVH restricted, a balance of something in either funds where you could use these funds, maybe transfer it to make it work.
I haven't,
I
I
think we
think
might be
we,
able to, let me look at it.
right.
So,
I
I
think we
mean,
can,
so
I
if we
don't-
would make a motion to accept this, then you guys could work out your budgets to make it work.
That's when.
whether it's this year or, the first next year.
Right. yeah,
Because I know no additional appropriations can be done the rest of the year,
Right, I don't want
but we can do transfers.
Right.
Okay. So,
Sheriff had something to say.
Hey, just real quick, just so you guys are aware, I want to praise Bonnie for the parade Saturday night. That thing was awesome. She put on a parade. So thank you.
so did you guys have any more?
I thought he was coming.
I know.
Good job, Bonnie.
Had nothing to do with highway, but okay.
If we use restricted, does it have to be at least?
I'm right on, Rusty.
I think so. If you use that age restricted, it has to be leased.
So you guys are
You
aware.
can't
But
just purchase,
This,
right?
Rusty's guys did
I
a
do not.
heck of a job
I
on
think it does.
Softball Road with the holes there.
Okay. I want to say,
I think in my mind it does, but I could be 100%.
that's what I thought they talked about at the conference. That has to be a lease, you can pull it out of.
Timing.
Out of restricted.
Age restricted. So if we can shift some things around of some of his lease and then pay for it out of NVH, that's kind of gonna be behind
But
the
it's
scenes with
street
you guys.
preservation, so I mean.
I know it
Right.
is. So I mean, if you can purchase this, then fine, we can go that route. Because I know you have the funds in the restricted.
Right.
And we
Like I said, I'm
weren't
not
utilizing
trying
that
create
to our
a
benefit.
Situation, I was just being pressured, but if there's something in stock, we can get.
Yeah,
Okay. We're
Right.
agreeing, you and I will work on that, right?
okay, just a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
are you fine with him,
Yes.
with the quote and stuff? Do you
Yeah,
want
I
to?
was flying a long time.
Okay, well, do
I'm
you
trying to
want,
get the next
do you want a
one.
motion from Matt to go ahead with it and then they can kind of work out the budgets to make it work?
Yes. I'm fine.
thank you.
Okay, well,
And the last
I need
thing
a,
I have.
well, I need a motion first. Let's get our motion and,
I'll make the motion to approve the $60,000 roller contingent
Sweeper.
on sweeper,
Sweeper.
I'm sorry. Contingent on funding navigation between Rusty, council / Colleen.
Also.
all those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank
Rio,
you.
okay.
And then back to Mountain Road.
Okay.
Like I said, we partially completed that. We have eaten a lot of crow as what that machine is valuable or not valuable, or feasible or not feasible. And Travis and I both kind of halfway agree that it's worth looking into. We got several roads in this county that need reconditioning. This thing really reconditioned.
So once we get a heavy rain on it, so you done that mile stretch, right?
2 something mile stretch.
Okay.
Little,
And you took the rollers and graders and packed it.
Yeah.
Made it all great. Next heavy rain's gonna fall through or?
we haven't went down this morning because the meeting here, it wasn't sunlight to see what that half-inch rain did to it.
Okay.
We didn't put any vehicles on it, it's still completely
That's what I'd like
blocked
to,
off.
I'd be interested in knowing.
Right, right, so
The
we,
first trash truck runs up and it's wet, what happens?
right. Well, the sheriff took care of a couple of trash trucks down there the other day, so maybe that'll help too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our main problem area. Plus, I mean, we have a lot of other roads that are main problem area. But if this machine's capabilities and the cost factors where we can afford to maintain and reclaim roads, this is very much something you folks need to look into a lot, because you're gonna be here a lot and I'm not. And it's something that has definitely made a difference, in my opinion, of how to do things. First of all, I did not think that machine would be too dirty.
So how much was that machine?
It's over 800,000.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
it's 50,000 a month rent. Yeah.
Pardon me?
It's 50,000 a month to rent, right?
50,000 a month to rent.
How much?
If you rented it 3 months, that's 150,000 a year. You can use it
But how many miles?
if you have
of road-
manpower.
How many miles of road can you do a day?
Well, if there's 100 foot, I mean, So. No, no. We did that.
All the roads are.
No. And once,
I'm not in favor, I don't think, I can't think for $800,000. We can rent them for 3 months or something and get the majority of our roads out of the way.
I don't have a problem.
And do they pay for the
Delivery.
carbide tips that
We haven't ran that price. They seem to don't want to tell. us
I'm
what
sure
that
they don't
costs.
want to tell you that cost.
Because that's basically 2 boxes of those per month.
Right.
Then it'll do a mile an hour if it's running correct.
Right. If it's
A
running
mile an hour?
an
It's
hour.
running correct.
We might not even need it a month if we done it right. Work 10-hour days and
4 days a week.
4 days a week.
We got the manpower, we can do it. That's,
Yeah, you might.
so I'm just, that's just something you guys need to be looking at, not me. I mean,
Okay.
it's, well, within.
Why don't you enter, whenever you get down there and find out, give me a call. Or text us all or something, and tell us what happened.
We should finish it tomorrow if the weather would give us cooperation. Looks like.
Has that been
Sunday.
ditched also?
Pardon?
Has that been ditched also
Oh, yeah,
on each side of?
oh, yeah, yeah, and packed. So,
I need to go down there and see.
Natural
I-
growth.
I'm scared to
Because
see
it, because it looked bad before.
Yeah, it did.
Well, you've been there, you know what it was before, so
Right.
now if you come look now, you're gonna say no way, so. It's just something you need to, I mean, on your part, on mine, and like I say that, other thing I was gonna tell you, I mentioned last week was on the rate graders. There again, I wanna check with what next year's budget brings. If I ordered those today, you won't get them until December 22. December of 22. That's a year out. We're looking at a year out, so. And that being said, you've got 2 that are gonna cost us a fortune to keep running until then, so. Just giving you a heads up on something you guys need.
Those are leases, right?
Yeah, no.
Yes, those are leases, they run 55,000 a piece. Basically, that's it, unless you have.
No, we
No,
Hey, Russ, I have something to you. When we create the ditches on the side of the roads, if we disturb enough ground without protecting it, we're gonna bust our item rule 5,
why that's.
and we'll get in trouble with the state on that.
Right.
All those ditches have to be stabilized,
Right.
through blankets or
Right.
straw or something.
Or netting.
Yeah, we need to be
Yeah,
very
like-
careful with
like
that. It's nice to have a nice new road, but the ditches are naked,
Not my
and we
place.
start getting erosion problem. We'll have the item on our necks very quickly.
Okay.
So,
No, I understand that. What we have a problem with is individuals taking it on themselves, taking it all out of the vehicle. And, right now, as we speak.
I think it's part of our process of refurbishing the road is to have the road and the ditches and then the stabilization on all of
Right,
that.
right, I agree with you 100%.
If we move a mile, we're done with the mile behind us.
Right,
We don't need to
exactly.
talk about that.
Exactly.
It's just something we need to get together with.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll have another problem.
Right. So,
hey,
Thank you.
Joe? Joe, do you have anything?
I don't really. I did get my last assessment. I'll be emailing that out to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
Sorry.
That's all right.
EMR emailed us regarding the ABA therapy for autism. We haven't, it says, our plan currently excludes the ABA therapy coverage. I'm not aware of a manner in which to quantify the claim impact at this time. They're suggesting basically we need to have that. It's required that we do have that. So I just would like to have a motion to go ahead and tell them to cover that. I mean, there's no information as to how much that will impact our plan because situation, but anyhow. And we have to stop stop applying the exclusion effective 1/1/2022. So January 1. But I figured if we went ahead and told them we could get that written into our plan now instead of being forced later.
What is the condition?
It's ABA therapy. It's for autism. Let me see.
Do or do not?
It's applied behavioral analysis. It's for people with autism.
Our policy currently doesn't cover
It
it, and we
excludes
need
it.
to.
And
I'll
federal
make-
regulation says we have to.
I'll make a motion to give UMR the authority to put it on our policy or add it to our policy or whatever.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
And then on another matter, I had checked with Park County on the covered bridges, how they insure theirs. And they're basically, like us, they don't really have any coverage on them. I know, I was shocked, especially after
It's been
what
5
happened
years,
with
right?
Bridgeton.
Yeah.
But no, the Park County operator said they do not. So. I don't know. Never changed it, or. But I was asked to check with them.
Yeah, and they would be the.
They would,
Not
yeah,
more than
they,
anyone in the United States. So.
it just seems odd. but, okay.
Well, I mean, the one at Bridgeton was 100% volunteer, labor, material, everything, and they rebuilt it, so that makes sense. Just document them as much as you can, photos, everything else, and just pray that no one ever burn.
Mhm.
Which the Rob Roy Bridge has been, put that spray on it up to a certain height
Oh,
to where they
okay.
can't, you can literally dump diesel fuel on it and light it and it will not catch.
It should not catch. Let's
Should
go
not
with should.
catch.
Let's go with should.
Should not catch. Yeah, you can burn or catch anything now. They say it's just not gonna be kids when they're playing around. Shouldn't be any. So we had that done 4 or 5 years ago.
Been that long?
We can look at that, yeah. Phase on also.
So I don't have,
Since John's here, we've got our first appraisal on the county farm. We're waiting for another one. Gentleman by the name of Tim Webb out of Fowler. He's a big farm appraiser, and he said he'd have it done by the end of December. So, but we do have our first one in,
mhm.
so.
Then we'll see where we want to go from there.
And we need to get that one paid.
Okay,
There was an invoice with her.
yeah, so you're gonna get us Colleen to pay then.
Yep.
Okay. Want her to hang on to this and just put it in a folder for us?
Yep.
Like I said, we should be getting another one, and then we'll just have you pay that and then keep them together, and then when we are ready for the next step of what we're gonna do.
We're talking about paying things.
No,
Tiffany County has a new coroner this year, and she's changed the way they do things. So this year, we're gonna pay them a little over $7,500 in autopsies that we have no control over. Because the Indiana code says any resident dying in their county from an incident, and that's exactly how it's defined, is incident, that county is responsible for the autopsy. Which the previous two coroners have never sent us bills. They don't give me any heads up. I get an envelope in the mail and it's with the first and last name of the decedent and the. So there's, like I said, I dropped off 6,000 and like 6,028 today, plus the 1,500 from there this year. So it kind of sucks, but I hate seeing it come out of my line. You know,
You're not paying those each time you do an autopsy up there?
no, we're not doing anything. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't go up there ever again.
Where are your autopsies performed?
We're doing them at Moss or.
I did not realize.
Yeah, we're doing everything here. try to do everything here.
So the pathologist comes.
Yeah, we have a forensic pathologist, he comes to us, we don't go to Lafayette anymore. And now when Carrie's sticking us with all these bills for people that.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
the accident happened in Fountain County.
No. Yeah.
Just regular medical.
Transport to the hospital and
Yeah.
And
they perform an autopsy. We have no say.
And we have.
We might say, no, we don't want an autopsy. on this.
Or, hey, that- Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is,
She, and I've heard a lot of rumors, I've talked to some funeral directors. about stuff.
state.
Yeah.
You Senate candidates, you take note of that.
Yeah. They're, and then, like I said, we had a call in May, and the coroner and the chief deputy coroner.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, and I mean, at that point, they should at least give you a courtesy call and say, okay, here's what we have. Do you want us to perform an autopsy?
Yeah.
Should be
Yeah,
this
it's-
call.
yeah. They,
It's screwed us for 2 years now. It's
I
for
know
this
that
past
we
year
got
and
caught up on
the
that
new
one
budget.
year, and I think we had to pay out of county general
Yeah.
miscellaneous because we had depleted the coroner's budget.
Yeah, and that's. I don't think after this bill, the line that you doubled my money. Which was good, because that's what it's been long gone, and I haven't examined at 1 o'clock today, that we wouldn't have any money for.
Now, has Montgomery done the same? Or?
They take all their stuff to Viking County. And I haven't talked with the area. I can text his chief.
No. Okay.
But no, Darren doesn't send us bills.
Okay.
No, they've never sent us a bill.
Yeah.
The rumor is that she's trying to get more money and a full-time pathologist. So, and he wants X number of cases a week.
You want a full-time doctor on staff.
So,
Is there,
I mean,
That bomb
if
shit
it
last
comes
week.
to it,
is there any way the commissioners can talk to the community commissioners and say, hey,
They love it.
She's an elected official.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they love it because it's not coming out of their budget.
Well,
It's coming out of our budget.
Right.
So they're go keep up the good work,
Right. Yeah.
which is why she won't talk to me. And she makes her office. make her office.
I mean, Warren guy's in the same predicament, I'm sure. Right. I mean,
He
also
does-
around-
He does all his stuff at Moss as well. We use the
Yeah,
same
But
pathologist.
the people in the hospitals,
He doesn't.
he doesn't what?
Oh, I don't, Brian and I don't get along real great, so I
Okay.
haven't spoken with him, and he's outbound anyway. So,
I mean, the bills that we received, those are the people that are really out of our control though, right? I mean, all surrounding counties are shoving people to Lafayette
Right.
for any sort of medical need that are
Yeah.
dying in their hospitals in
Yeah.
Tippecanoe County are getting the same bills that we're getting.
Yeah.
It's not like we're isolated. We
No.
just,
No, she's not picking on just us.
Yeah.
She's just fucking her budget with everybody's.
right,
Whereas the previous 2 quarters have just taken care
sure,
of it.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I imagine, and she said, oh, I'll send them to you every week. And then we get a bill for 4. That were from July to October,
So there's more to come.
probably.
Well, we just, and probably hold that invoice till closer to the end of the year, see what kind of money for us. Transfer everything down into that line item, and then if we don't have enough, we'll just pick it on there. from the transfer.
Yeah, because they waited this long to get paid. They can wait until the last.
Yeah. You're right.
And then next year we'll just see how it goes. I guess, I don't know. And I hate basing my budget off of somebody else's opinion. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, she gets her staff gets a hair, and you know, they could do my autopsy budget by March.
Right.
So that's something to be aware of.
So what's
As we
the
continue.
regulations as far as, if we get Maple Corner and if your office is in there, to run this stuff down the drain and everything, is there any?
None.
Okay.
You're
I know
do it all the time.
everybody's do it,
Yeah.
to local.
Yeah, it goes just into the standard way for it.
Okay. Okay. So there's really nothing we need to, other than the prep or any
Just
examination.
the special stuff that has to go in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
No,
Okay.
no other
Okay.
environmental concern or anything like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, though, that doesn't solve any of this.
No, no,
trouble.
no,
Yeah.
no.
No, but that's just something I want everybody, and I'll talk to the council about it next week,
So-
and just let them know.
So answer me this, does
Yes.
Warren County, anybody that's outside of county in their county, do they send bills out if a Fountain County resident dies in, by chance in a Warren County
In
hospital?
my time, I've never gotten a bill for it.
Okay.
Yes. And it's defined
So-
as an incident.
And how long did it
It's old.
establish?
It's old. I don't know the date, but it's been around. And I've reached out to the association and spoke with, her name is Lisa. She's our go-to. She's been our go-to for.
Margaret.
Yeah, and she's extremely knowledgeable and I was furious. And she's like, let me make a couple phone calls. I'm gonna call you back.
She's typically kind of deaf.
I don't know if she is anymore or not. Because I'm not the only one that has reached out to her and said something. And she said, you know,
An incident isn't defined.
it is literally defined as an incident occurring outside of our county with a resident. We're required to pay it out in another. Yeah, I took an incident to be an accident, an overdose, assault, something, not just a standard old person that.
The incident in itself and the legislation is not
It's
defined.
not. But, that's most of what they're doing is, oh, it's Friday, I don't want to talk to the doctor. I'll talk to you.
Did we add this? Did this get approved?
No, I did it.
Here, this was your sign.
Yeah.
I pushed it.
Yeah.
You signed it.
Yeah, and then there's how much.
Those
Hi.
are your
Yeah,
people.
yeah, you're welcome. So, anyway, that's all I had. It's just the frustration with.
Okay. You should be getting a van here before long. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the guidelines.
Okay,
on
you're going to be a
that.
little bit more energetic than that.
Yeah, come on,
I'm
Tim,
gonna,
enthusiasm.
Man, I asked for a van of the month, to get him a van.
I'm gonna reach out, to a couple of the directors about, mortuary costs. See if I can find some price. I'm of the opinion, you get one for the right size for the vehicle, and get the one for the right size for the population. They have, wide body cots, and I figure if we just get one wide body cot, that's,
Take care of everybody.
yeah.
Reach out to Tiffany, and I'm sure they'll be glad to help you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I don't have anything.
Oh, Roger.
Oh, Roger has something.
I need access to the building on Liberty Street, Maple Corner.
1126. Got it. I can help you with that.
You can help me with that?
Yes.
Perfect. And then just FYI for the commissioners, there's a couple of subdivisions coming into the county that are probably gonna be incorporated into Covington. One is east of 13th Street, that's about a 29 home subdivision. And then one on Dixie B Road, about 100 and some home subdivision. Both those parcels are currently in county jurisdiction. But I presume because of the services, the sewer, the water, everything else, they're probably gonna be incorporated into the town of Covington, city of Covington. Just not quite. If you have any questions, ask.
I think.
Covington has extraterritorial zoning jurisdiction, is it going through their process, do they have subdivision?
That's a mile out.
It's within 2 miles.
2 miles.
They don't want to town, right? I mean, if they're not talking to us about zoning or anything, that's probably,
Within their jurisdiction.
if they're gonna annex it, then it makes no sense anyway.
And I saw the RUC lady here. Hi.
Hi. Hey, Roger, if you have a few minutes, we're meeting with her.
Okay.
Well, now,
Yeah.
or in a few
Now.
minutes now.
Well, I need to talk to her anyways.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I do.
Is that it? Are we done? You have anything else, Colin? Okay.
Make a motion to close the meeting.
That's the first one ever. I'll second
Oh,
that.
we can-
We were told the other day we should do it.
And I'm okay with it.
Or we're constantly in an open meeting.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi, 3-0. Okay, well, that's a new. We should have waited until